Assistive technology is the category of technology that's used to help people with disabilities get equal access to the world. So the most basic form of this would be a ramp. A very complex form of this would be a power wheelchair with lots of breath switches and all kinds of complicated things. So there's a huge range in technology. In the context of students who have learning issues, or particularly who are treated as having specific learning disabilities, there's a core set of accommodations that are very helpful. That can be books on tape, it could be a talking computer, it could be a spell checker, it could be having access to a mind mapping software. It can also be more basic things, like for example, making sure that you teach a subject in a way that plays to a child's strengths. So if a child's very spatial, instead of teaching chemistry out of a textbook, you might actually give them models of molecules and let them, try putting them together. So there's a line there in terms of good teaching and creating an environment that makes it accessible. I think an important thing for people to understand about assistive technology is that you have to train people how to use it. It isn't just an out-of-the-box experience where it's totally easy. And much the way we spend 5 years teaching people how to read a book and how to learn to read a sentence, we need to put some time into helping them be trained on do it. I run a website called headstrongnation.org. Headstrongnation.org is the national organization for adults that are dyslexic. And on that website, we have a nonprofit and we have plenty of information, videos on how to use specific technologies, like you can talk to your computer and it will write for you, for example. In terms of what do I think is interesting, the cell phone is the most powerful tool we have these days. And if you look at the cell phones we carry around today, there's more computing power walking in and out of school in the pockets of kids than is sitting on the desks of their teachers right today. So there's huge computing power in there, and an iPhone or an Android phone or a Windows phone, if anyone has one, those phones all have built-in speech engines. So you can have that phone read out loud to you, or you can talk to that phone and it will write down for you. These are not very complicated functions. About a week of training would get any person able to avoid using their tiny little keyboard. I use it as my primary way of learning, and I think it's a great way for people to get access to learning and knowledge.